Good morning and welcome to the morning show with Angel and Tina, and our fabulous virtual in-studio guests are with us today. Tina, how are you doing?
Welcome, welcome. It is Monday morning. How was your weekend? Did you unplug?
My weekend was fabulous. Welcome to our our virtual studio guest, Cheryl Brennar. Cheryl, how are you today?
Great, thank you.
And
Cheryl,
the
where are
one
you
and
coming from?
only Bill Walsh. Bill, how are you guys? How are you today doing?
I'm blessed and highly favored. An honor to be here.
Blessed and highly favored. I love it. I love it. Where are you coming from today, Bill?
Today I'm home in Chicago.
Okay. And then Cheryl, where are you coming from?
Fort Worth, Texas.
Oh, you moved.
Right, Cowtown.
Cowtown.
Is that what you
Call it.
Cowtown?
Yes, everybody has a horse.
Do you have a horse?
No,
That's next on your bucket list, right?
no, I'm not that good of a rider. I rode in the rodeo once, and it was not a good experience. They thought I was a trick rider.
My dad before I was born was a real cowboy, and he rode in the rodeo, and that was his real thing. So it was a real cowboy. But that was before me. That's pre-kids, PK.
That was BA before Angel.
Before Angel. So Bill, you're back in Chicago. I know you've been kind of double duty, right, between Vegas and Chicago.
Yes, and it's been nice. You know, it's just when it started to get to 115 in Vegas, and that was like the low for the day. Chicago started looking a whole lot better.
Right? Yeah, 115 is a little hot there in Vegas.
And
Yeah,
it
that's
doesn't cool
definitely
off.
kicking.
Yeah, and it
No,
doesn't
that's
cool
okay.
off.
Yeah,
It is
not
what
even
it
at
is.
nighttime, it doesn't cool off.
All right. Well, Bill, you called this Monday. You had a fun name for it. Making
Money Monday.
Making money Monday.
Start the week out right. Just start the week out right. Making money Monday. Let's go.
Let's go.
What is your
It's a
ritual
simple
on Monday
It's a simple test. How many new customers can you serve today? Just ask yourself that question. How many new customers can you effectively serve today? If you do a good job of that one, the money flows at you.
Okay, so Bill, that is, so counter to how most people start their Mondays, right? They're like,
I know.
right? They don't like Mondays. They're gritching about Mondays.
Right.
They're slow going in, but you're like, you hit the ground running. But before you get to Monday, I know you do a lot even on Sunday to prep for the week. Tell us about your Sunday habits.
Is always your big number one research night. So you do the homework on what events you should be a part of, what events you should be speaking at, what events you should be attending, right? What's going on that's new this week? Who emailed you last week with great events that you could potentially speak at, sponsor, be a part of? So you'll do your research on Sundays, pass it out to your admins that night, send it out, and make sure you make up your 10 before 10 list. Write out that list. What are the 10 most important things you'll accomplish by 10 a.m. Monday morning? And that's how you launch your Making Money Monday, not on Monday morning, but always the night before. And before you know it, if you'll be focused on that, more money shows up in your account by the end of the day.
What are some of the things that you do 10 before 10?
So, I mean, one of the things I'll always do is I'll always look at potential joint partnerships. I always begin to look at, where can we create some new relationships, some new ways to team up with other companies. Other events that I might be being a part of. I speak later this afternoon on the main stage for a group called the You Expo, right? We do an event tonight for entrepreneurs called Vision to Wealth virtually, right? So we have almost 4 or 5 events in one day. And meanwhile, we've got a planning session with our team. We're looking at a new office space in Chicago. So there's definitely a full tilt on that. We've just invested in a new business to launch RV rentals. I think that RVs are something that right now people are really hot on. And it's something of a new business. So we wound up building a parking lot over the weekend and just getting things ready, because we have found that people may not be flying, but they still want to spend time with their family. So the research says that, on an RV rental business, you can turn $2,000 to $4,000 per rental per month. Well, if you look at the numbers of that, you can't even, and that's on, let's say, a $30,000 vehicle around that range. You can't do that in a rental house. You know what I'm saying? So it's looking for new ways to make money and figuring out not where the market's at, where the market's going. So Sunday nights are a good time to read, but you'll find out if you'll do that, you'll probably pass out early on Sunday night and you'll be up at 5 a.m. Monday morning ready to rock it.
It's super excited. So
So that's how we start making money. And we also have KPI calls with the team. So it's like, what did you do?
Are you
Cheryl,
gonna wrap one of your RVs? You're gonna wrap it for Power Team?
You know, we're not going to wrap it. We're going to rent them. I mean, well, I'm sure we'll have some kind of subliminal logo on there or something, right? But at the end of the day, these are rentals for families to go enjoy a week or 2 weeks with their family, and at the same time provide a great service that there's massive demand for right now. So once again, you know, get ahead of the curve. Don't, if you sit and pout, I promise you this, you're not making money. It's either pout or get paid. Just write that down. Start pouting some more or get paid. It's your choice. And if you choose to pout, then, you know, oh, poor me, you know, but believe me, you know, you had Steve Ballmer on the financial channel this morning saying, you know, why don't you sell some of your Microsoft stock? You're the largest shareholder. It's at the highest price ever. He says, why would I take the capital gains in a company that I believe in? You know what I mean? I believe in so strongly where we're going. It's like, and he said, I can never spend the money I already have. He said, I don't have enough life left to spend all the dollars that I've already created. So why not hold on? And so it's the same thing here, that you've got to stay the course and be looking at new ways to innovate daily. And that's one of the great things that we're honored to have also on today, Cheryl Brennar, who is someone that has a big part of Power Team, running our global partnerships, now starting to speak some more, you know, talking about your heartfelt message, how to build instant rapport, how to become a better speaker, you know, how to team up with Power Team through our speaker programs. And this is the thing, surround yourself with great people and the solutions will show up.
Oh, beautiful. Cheryl, so I know that Bill's got research on Sunday night. So does your phone start blowing up and putting your Monday together?
My text blows up.
Yeah.
True.
My text blows up. But that's on Saturday, Friday, Sunday, Monday.
Like, that's a daily occurrence.
Bill created another day of the week.
I think he does. I think he gets so much more done. It feels like he does have that extra day in the week that everybody is thinking about. But I think a big piece of that is his team, right? That's how he's able to leverage and do so much, as he does surround himself by some pretty incredible people. Cheryl, how long have you been with Power Team?
I think this starts my 7th or 8th year. I'm not sure. I've known Bill for almost 20 years. I know, you know, and he was with the company, and he was our top alliance partner. And I learned so much from alliances because of the partnership with Bill, because Bill is, you know, fabulous at teaching people how to create relationships, alliance relationships. And he was one of the few people, I think the only person, that actually ever paid us for the alliance partnership. As Bill says, a lot of times in alliance partnerships, people get an amnesia and forget to send the check. How did they get the referral? Well, Bill would send the check early. So he was always at the top. And so I said, you know what? I want to work with this guy because he was so humble and he threw the best parties for someone that doesn't drink, you know, doesn't smoke, has water and tea, and he's throwing these fabulous parties. It's like, I want to work with that guy. And I liked his team. But you know, it's more his heart. And he's so innovative. He's always creating new things. And I like that because things were always moving fast.
And his fabulous parties always have fabulous views.
Fabulous views.
Well, we're planning one in December, so make sure you guys get ready for that, because my prediction is that around November 5th, I'm really putting this out there, that I believe the COVID's going to go away for quite a while. So November 5th should be the day that most of the COVID news stops.
We will be all good.
November 5th, and so December we're planning a big party in Vegas. So we'll get you guys all some tickets and get you on the.
We can go live on the Angel and Tina
super
morning
live
right
list.
from Vegas.
Exactly. I love it. Why not? Perfect.
So Bill, I know you're speaking this afternoon on the Best You Expo, and when you look at the lineup of folks that are on that, there's quite a percentage of them that have gone through your Platinum Speaker program.
Isn't that crazy to see? And I think we have over 40 speakers that have been through our programs at some level or another. You know, so I don't know whether that's 15-20% of the people that are presenting there, but incredible to see that. That's just great news, right? And Bernardo does a great job of putting out a first-class event, and giving people the ability to watch it live or watch it on review. But more importantly, it's a new channel, it's a new idea, it's a new concept. So you've got to support innovation, even though it may not be perfect and there might be some bugs. Be ready for that, but it's okay. You know, at the end of the day, if you're not trying new things, you're living in the past. If you're living in the past, you're living in circles, and those circles always put you right back where you started. So it's either you innovate and you adapt to what's going on and you execute like a rock star daily, or you watch someone else that does. And that's what you guys have done. You've created a great show that has showcased so many amazing people and done so much great value in the marketplace. And now I'm sure they should be part of your Facebook group. If you guys have a Facebook group set up, get them in there, get them involved with some of your programs. I mean, if they need help with PR, Angel, you know, we use you for so much PR for what we're doing, but also for many of our clients as well. So if someone needs a PR expert, someone that can really help them tell their story, get their book out there. If you're watching live today, team up with Angel. She's very good at what she does, right? And then you guys are like the dynamic duo. You know, Tina brings all the energy of like 10 people to the show all the time and gets people so inspired that if they have any ounce of energy left, Tina's going to pull it out of them so they can step up and play bigger. And so I love what you guys are doing. And as you know, we love supporting all the stuff you got going on.
Well, thank you, Bill. Well, my first experience with the Best You Expo was the very first time I ever spoke internationally. After going through platinum, I got to speak at that London event. And of course, we had a whole power team group that had traveled over to London, and we got to hang out together. It's an incredible community that Power Team is. So Bill is the founder and CEO of a Power Team International. He's a joint venture capitalist. He is America's small business expert. He is my business coach. He is the speaker coach to so many that you see on stages, rocking the stages, and collaborating with a lot of those global thought leaders in the world. I think if you look at what is that common denominator for where so many people have been through, what was the coaching program, what was the speaker program they went through, so many of those strings tie right back to Bill Walsh. So we're so honored to have
Cool.
Bill, and of course Cheryl Brennar, part of the Power Team, here with us today, because
many of our guests have always said, "Oh, I've known you guys through Bill Walsh," and "Oh, I met you guys through Power Team." So it always comes full circle.
Well, and even if we didn't know them, like we go back and who do you know? That common denominator does often go back to.
It was really fun. I jumped on a call last night with my good friend James Dentley, kind of at the last minute, and it was kind of funny.
James Dentley is actually watching right now, Bill.
Yeah, it was kind of funny that Sharon Lecter was the guest speaker, and sure enough, she just over delivered as usual. It just poured into people's souls and their hearts. And James texted me at like 10 minutes before, he says, "Hey, can you jump on this call and just say a few words?" And I said, "Absolutely." I jump on the call, and there's Sharon, and James is like, "Well, I just wanted to give credit where credit's due, that, I actually met Sharon through Bill." And that's how we're honored to have Sharon on this call. And James and I, we've been brothers for 25 years. We've been best friends for 25 years, right? And I really do understand that, in order to have success, you're only as good as the people you surround yourself with. And I've been honored to have James a partner and really a business mentor. And also we've worked together on so many different projects. He just really always, same thing, always over delivers, and really honored to have him as a great friend. And we just gave out some more content last night, and it was just neat to have Sharon there at the same time. And then it went back, we gave some thanks and some praise to Bernie Dorman, who we just lost a couple weeks ago. And it was kind of funny that he's like, "Well, the other person I know is a guy named Bernie Dorman, who I met through Bill at Bill's stage also." And, this is the thing that's called the ripple effect of your life. And if there's something you could work on today, work on the ripple effect. Work on how many you can serve that can serve others. And really, that's how you gauge your successes, by those you've served. Have they served others? Because if they're serving others, believe it or not, it actually creates your success story to a place where you can never do it on your own. So the more that you serve others builds a ripple effect, and building the ripple effect actually creates something called legacy. And that really is the magic of being an entrepreneur, is that have you built a legacy that will serve on for generations? And whether it's we've helped people write books, tell their stories, create products or services, those things will live on forever. So yeah, it's really good. But I think it's important too that, Cheryl has also been a big part of that backbone to really work with great clients. And I asked her to be a part of this. She sent me a thing. I said, "But you should really talk about how you build such brilliant rapport in such a short time. How do you help people really speak from the heart? How do you build those relationships?" So I think that's such an important thing for your listeners to also hear, because before you can move into high ticket sales, I want to get this, you move in what's called high value relationships. From the high value relationships is where you're going to find a whole lot more of your opportunities.
Well, Cheryl, you are the queen of that. I've seen you do that. I've seen it in person. I've been on the receiving end of that personally. Yeah, what's your secret sauce?
Well, I think it always goes back to the more you serve, the better it is for everyone. But it's from the Bible, the more you give, the more you receive. And I think when you're giving from your heart, or I know, when you give from your heart, then you're truly communicating with that other person's heart as well as their mind. And they feel that. You have to learn to listen and not talk. And I love to talk. But when I'm trying to build a relationship, at first I'll talk and I'll pretend, play, not pretend, but play along and have fun and make jokes. But then I want to hear about their business and I want to listen and I want to take notes. I think it's important to take notes when you're talking too, because people then know that you value what they're saying. And then you bring that back, and I always ask, how can I serve you? How can I help you? And how can we monetize this, make you more successful in your business? Because that's what people want to be able to do, whether it's in their life to be more successful in their personal life or in their business. And many times when you are coaching and working with people for a high ticket item, you have to look at their personal life. You have to be part of that with them. You have to feel that with them. And they feel that. They know when someone is not really there present with them. You know that. And if I can't be present with someone, and I've been in places where we've had, 600-700 people at an event and everybody's coming up to you, I say, please, can we talk about this in about an hour? Can we set up an appointment? Because right now I'm not tuned in and I want to hear what you're saying. I want to focus on you. I want to help you, but I've got like other things that, demand my time right now. And then, so they know and they appreciate because I'm being very transparent. And I think that if you're transparent and you're always being honest, and you give from the heart, you're going to turn that relationship into currency. It's very easy to do.
I think one of the things that is we've watched Power Team shift as you guys were running 500 live events a year when the event started shutting down, but you didn't skip a beat. You guys rallied together as a team and came up with how you could innovate. You created your war room. You shifted and pivoted even for your clients who were on board. I'm sure the phone calls were many as to there's nothing we can do now, like it's all over and it's done. But you guys have you've always led the way in taking care of people first and then letting the money follow. And I think that a lot of folks tend to think it's the opposite. Cheryl, I know that is a lot because of your relationship building skills. How do you keep people off the fence when they're freaking out like that?
Well, I think it's important for us with Power Team that, I have such a great leader, actually two, Bill and Austin, run Power Team. They are the two people in charge. Bill and Austin are such innovators, and Bill never skipped a beat with the COVID. It's like we had our Inspiration 2020 live conference set up, and immediately he said, I'm going to create something digital for my speakers because you were expecting to be on stage at live events for the rest of the year because everybody had already booked out for that. And so having someone that can create that very quickly, that doesn't go into a panic mode, helps me as a team member not panic. I don't ever panic with Bill because I know Bill's going to come up with a solution. He is a solution person. And that's what's important to have because I've been with other people that aren't solution people. They get into the drama of what's happening. Oh my gosh, oh this, oh that. Bill's just like, well, how are we going to fix this? What are we going to do? Well, we're going to do this and we're going to do that. And so you're just trying to keep up with the new norm, as they say, which, with Bill, I'm not always sure what that is. I just flow with it.
New terms weekly, right?
Right? But that's a skill
Oh,
set.
it's
to be
just
able to-
because he's always creating new value. He always wants to give more to our group, our community, because he loves everyone that comes to Power Team. And when I say that, he loves to help. That's why he is America's Small Business Expert, and he's giving from his heart. And I've seen him spend time with people that some of the things they came up with, the ideas would seem crazy to me. But Bill says it's the crazy ones that make all the money. And so he listens to them. And I think that even in these times, if we focus on what is going on today, not what happened yesterday, not what's going to go in the future, what can we do today to create that future that we want? That's how we become successful right now and continue on. And having him at the realm certainly helps. And it back to tie back to what you were saying, how do I keep from like freaking out with people? Because I have that confidence that I know that Bill is going to be there and we're going to deliver no matter what. We're going to figure out a way to give value back.
You guys have been, I think even just you talking this morning, Bill, about the RV business, that's innovative, right? Recognizing the shift in how people are traveling. There's actually you know how you can park for free at Walmart if you have an RV, they'll like let you park for free at the Walmarts
Yep.
and Sam's Clubs. There's also this group of wineries and distilleries across America
Well,
that
of course you can know that.
they'll
Ouch, man, your partner's picking on you.
They'll let you stay, but they're an experience.
I have a whole map.
They're all over. She's woman. But there's all these locations that you can have this great experience, helping out small business owners all across America. I'll send that to you, Bill. And I don't know unless they're staying inside. Is it just in Chicago or is it going to be nationwide?
No, it's nationwide.
Okay. Yeah, I'll send that to you. They might be a great
innovator.
Another thing that people can work on when it comes to innovation is to move down a path from do it yourself to write this down, what's called managed services. I think managed services, you're going to see more of this. I did research on a company called Buddy Media that primarily did managed services. I think they sold for north of 700 million, and they're probably less than 5 or 10 years old. But I really do think that today, in today's economy, that many people do not have time to go to the workshop or go to this, but they want someone to do it for them. You know, as you know, about 45 days ago, we launched in beta a service called Mobex Pro. And our Mobex Pro system gives you free digital website, free digital business cards, free digital, all included in one package. You know, your automated SMS funnels, your mobile sales funnels, your autoresponders for up to a year, your instant access for all your social media marketing tools. The social media suite alone we put inside this bundle has massive value. Our Zoom package gives you up to 500 people on your webinar or on your Zoom calls with your own private address at the end. All these things added up to around $5,000. We now launch it for like $14.97. So less than $1,500, you've got everything you need to run that business and a monthly fee of under $100. So now you've got something for the first time ever that gives you all the access to great tools, literally, that every small business can afford. We also then went to managed services where, like for $1,250 up to $3,500, we'll run multiple funnels, multiple ad sets, all for the client. So whatever your business is today, begin to think about what else can I do to serve maybe less clients, create some higher end managed services, and do that. And now what's nice about this, you can bring in an outsourcing team to do some of your managed care work. But it doesn't matter. All the client looks for, and this is important, is that if you can help them with leads, if you can help them with sales, if you can help them with conversions, help them with retention, you're priceless to that business. So figure out ways to make yourself priceless to your customers. Then they have no choice but to go back to you. So look for ways today that you can innovate to make yourself so valuable to your clients that you're the only option. And all of a sudden, before you know it, what they're paying for our service for the year is probably less than what they'd pay, less than half of what they'd pay if they only had just the one managed Zoom account. I mean, that's how much it would cost just for that package alone. So we throw all these other bundled values in there. You can do group text messaging worldwide now, and it's all part of the bundle. So you can have separate groups that watch your show in Brazil or watch your show in, I don't know, in Israel or Europe, that now can plug in. You can message them as a group, and all as part of this bundled package. So no matter where you're at, make yourself priceless to your clients, right? And so that you become the only choice. And that really is, if you look at what is the benchmark of the future, you're seeing major brands drop like flies. Whether it's Lord & Taylor, J. Crew, all these retail stores are soon to be walking tracks. They're soon to become condos, believe it or not. There'll be condos with food courts and a few high-end stores inside the malls, but the malls are a thing of the past when it comes to the big department stores. They just can't compete. And right now, they're running out of cash. And there's no loan, there's no money for these guys because you're investing in a dated model. So you've got to figure out ways right now to literally, cut your losses, whatever it's going to be, and really begin to look at how do you make yourself so valuable in the community that you become the only choice, not a choice. It's important to get this, the only choice.
The only choice. I love how you're even thinking globally with the text opt-ins and everything. We are all of a sudden, because we're home, we have more access to connect with people than ever before. And we are in a global economy. I was working with a group. One was in Australia, the other was in Buenos Aires, and I'm in Denver, and trying to figure out the time zone for when we could all meet, because it was 16 hours between me and Australia, 4 hours between me and Buenos Aires, and they were a 12-hour difference. And coordinating that.
For example, we're doing calls tonight with people that live in Bali. So
what's the time difference?
Calls with Bali, and so my call's at 8:00 tonight. But this is a global call. Yeah. These are all top global gurus. Believe it or not, there's a magazine called Guru Magazine, and literally Guru Magazine has ranked the top 30 in like 9 different areas. In the area of coaching, I came in 20 this year. This is my 5th year in the top 30, so that's really big news. Tony Robbins was 17, and Jack Canfield was 25. So that's good company to be in between, right? But more importantly, the fact that now we're creating synergies with the entire group where we all can do some joint ventures together. You're talking about like the #1 speaker in Russia, he's like the Tony Robbins of Russia. You've got someone like Marshall Goldsmith, who's been like the top business coach by Inc. magazine, all not paid for. They didn't pay to be in the magazines. These are actually real rankings that come out based on customer opt-ins and customer stories and customer voting. And this is pretty neat when you think about that. Now, all of a sudden, these top groups can all come together in one sitting. And we're facilitating that all because of the fact that I do believe that your greatest investment ever is called relationship capital. And this is why I go back to saying Cheryl to be on this broadcast, because she's one of the greatest at teaching people how to build relationship capital in a very short period of time, but she never misses the follow-up. She's always on the follow-up every week or every month, making sure that, what else can we do to make your experience even better? And these are little things, but in life and business, they're the big things. So don't ever stop innovating. Don't ever stop thinking of new ways to serve those that are your peers or those that may be even doing new things that you haven't thought of in their markets, because that's how we get better.
So I know we use a lot of automation to keep track, right? We have text opt-ins, you've got lists, automations, but Cheryl, you are the queen of the follow-up. How do you keep track of all that and make sure that you don't miss out on anybody?
Well, we have a way that we can follow up through our computer system, obviously, our management system, but I'm also a note keeper. I still do my little book and still write with that. I also, when I'm out at events, I use the note section in my cell phone to text, to remember to follow up. And I'll even text myself to follow up with people because I get so many texts and that I am afraid I'll miss it. So I'll follow up that way. But I think the key thing is to write down, we do our KPIs every week. We have our calls, we have our sales calls. So we're following up on everyone. And if I say I'm going to call them on a certain day, that's the date I'm going to call them on. And then I also ask that person to make me accountable. And, I say, if I haven't called you, you call me. and say, what's up? You know, because I don't want to miss you. You're too valuable. And I think not making people, but allowing people to understand that you really, if you do miss something, it's not intentional. It's because you just messed up. And it's okay to make a mistake as long as you own up to it. Because we all get busy and something happens, or, you know, you can get locked out of your house. I've done that since I moved to Texas. I've been locked out twice now. And by the way, the locksmith business is a big business, I'm going to tell you.
Bill,
You need to get a garage opener. You need a good garage opener. I just keep the garage opener in my bag. That's all.
$250 to open the door for 1 second.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. But anyway, so things can happen, but that's really it, is just, you know, making sure that I have all kinds of notes. I write notes at night, and then the next morning I'll have a list, and I'll check off that list to make sure I've done those calls. And then I'm always looking for new relationships, because I'm so passionate about our Power Team Platinum Speaker Camp. I love working with people that want to be on stages and that want to have a message that should be, they have a message and it needs to get out. And so by going to Platinum Speaker Camp and learning from Bill, they can learn how to weave their message into being also a message that's going to create currency for them. And people are going to not only value their message, but they're going to get great value from the message, because most people have a story and the story needs to be told, but they just don't know how to tell the story. And that's one of the things you do, Angel. You help people with the PR to get them out there and to promote them. But we've met so many people that are great speakers, but they don't know how to monetize it. They can't make money from it because they don't know how to do that. So that's one of the things that we've done really great at Power Team. I've never seen anyone like Bill, who teaches a program, but also puts people on stages. And I look young and I know that, but I've been in this industry for, you know, a lot of years. We're going to more than 35, okay? So
Cheryl, I don't think you look, I think you look awesome. I love the new haircut too. It looks great on you, by the way.
Yeah, this is my new Texas do, because it's hot here. Woohoo! And so I think that you know, when you are doing that and you're working with the different people and you're getting their messages out and you're teaching them what they need help with, you know, to be even more successful, then there's an opportunity to share with the world. And we do that in all of our programs. Rainmaker is our flagship program. It's a wonderful program. That was the first program I ever went to when I started to working with Power Team. And I thought it was kind of amusing because Bill said, Cheryl, I want you to come and sit through Rainmaker. And I thought, you want me to come sit through Rainmaker? I mean, not that I thought I knew everything, because I think when you quit learning, you're dead. But I just couldn't figure out why I was going to sit through Rainmaker. I mean, I'd been putting on this huge 7-day event, you know, and managing everything. And I flew in and went, and I was like, you know, the little kid there trying to do all the homework, staying up at night. And I learned so much from that program. I mean, I couldn't believe that the value.
Yeah, Rainmaker is amazing.
Yeah, the dollar amount tied to the Rainmaker program just shocked me. I was like, I cannot believe he is selling this for such a low price, you know. And
from hearing Bill with notebooks of notes from him, and you cannot write fast enough listening to him.
Well, guys, just so you know, we just
use this app, and you're like, wait, what did he say? What did he say?
The deal is he's put it online, but even though he tells you that, I'm sitting there trying to take pictures. I'm trying to write fast enough, and I scribble so I can't read what I'm writing, you know. And then he's like, Cheryl, calm down. You can, you know, go online and watch this. And I'm like, oh, okay. You know, so you can always go back and refer. And that's why that's a great program to get started for any business. I don't care how successful you are.
Well, guys, just so you know, we've made it easier. We made it easier to join the Rainmaker. People are joining daily now All you have to do is go to rainmakersummit.com. We've made it so affordable that now for six payments of $199, we have a single ticket program now for Rainmaker. And I'll tell you what, you really can't beat it. We've also added a half day to the program. So now Rainmaker is going to start at noon on Fridays and go all the way to the end of day Sunday. So we're going to incorporate public speaking. Yeah.
Oh, describe what Rainmaker is for our audience, because it is an incredible, it's an incredible program.
So think of in business, right, is that, and think in life, if there's no rain, you have a drought. And what most people have in their business today is a drought. You're going through what's called a cycle. And you've got to write down, this is a cycle. That's all it is. This will pass, right? But a Rainmaker is my belief and my understanding, obviously, is the way that it became Rainmakers, that I had to make it rain for companies in the 90s, right? I had to come in and fix those businesses, and I was coined the Rainmaker. So, you know, it's the same thing in business today. We built this 2.5 day, now 3-day program that takes you through every aspect of your business, from your plan to your vision, to your funding, to your systems, to your partnerships, to your sales funnel, marketing funnel, loyalty programs, your big why you in that business, really understanding how to use KPIs to grow a business, how to get organized, how to really begin to build something where you have a real business, how to build a great marketing strategy, how to really understand not just customer acquisition, but customer retention. And then, of course, how to organize it all. How do you put it all into one package? So what Rainmaker does is it challenges you at the highest level with our team. And then, of course, a year of group coaching, access to an entrepreneur club that's second to none for the whole year. All this for a couple $100 a month times 6. If you can find a better deal, I'll sign up for it. Our family plan is $399 a month for 6 months, or one payment of $2,000. And our elite program is like $5,000 for companies where you can bring 5 of your staff, and you get a whole lot more on that. But today, for every entrepreneur listening, you can now go right to the rainmakersummit.com. You can watch the 7-minute audio or video. You can then watch the 40-minute video called Success by Design. You click the button, you can enroll. We've made it so simple, and everything starts online now. Our next live class will not be till December, but it doesn't matter. The entire program is pre-recorded for you, so you have access to all learning, all the weekly calls. You get 5 years of a library of weekly calls on any topic you want. So just plug in, search the topic, and boom, up comes that video for you, or that audio for you. So it really is think of it as a one-stop shop for the entrepreneur or the small business owner that's under, let's say, 10 million a year, that really needs help with their plan, with their systems, and probably their execution. And if you need help in any of those areas, you're going to love this program. So yeah, I mean, it's so, and we've had graduates come in from more than 30 countries now. This is our 15th year doing the program. It's not new. We've just added more value to it. And that's the other thing too, is that during these challenging times, don't take away from what you offer. Keep adding more value. Pour the value on. Also make it easier for them to buy. Make it so easy online where it's click, 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 and they're in the system. 3 clicks and they're in your program. Write that down. 3 clicks and they're in your program. If you're making them go through all these hoops to buy something from you, you're missing the point. Online buyers that search for something, 70% that search for something from their mobile phone, they are buyers. They are not lookers, they're buyers. So if they're searching on the mobile phone and you're the one that comes up with the solution, they are buying from you. But you got to have it 3 clicks right to the buy now, and they're done. If you got more than that, you're probably getting them lost. We have reconstructed many of our sites, so it's very simple. Watch the video, enroll now. Put the button, put your basic information in, you are active. And you're getting your activation codes within minutes, not a couple of days, not a bunch of phone calls. You're in the system now, and you're starting to learn. So it's important that you begin to think these things through. And all we've done at Rainmaker is we've streamlined it even more, where now you get the best of live for 2.5 days, or almost 3 days now. You'll get the best of live with our internet marketing camp. You get tickets for that as well, also live and digital. But you'll really get access to some of the best coaching, the best training, the best systems to win in life, and certainly win in your business. And I couldn't be more excited than we are today. You know, we had new people. I did a 30-minute call just 2 days ago, had new signups signing right from the call. So don't tell me it doesn't work. You just got to have more exposures. You've got to put yourself out there more. Like I said, 2 choices today. You can pout or you can get paid. Your choice.
Bill, do you have any idea how many people have gone through Rainmaker?
You know, I don't know the exact number, but I know it's a lot of people, and I know it's more than 30 countries. So that's pretty cool. We've had now, if we look at the events that I've spoken at or sponsored in the last 10 years alone, we've had more than 1 million people go through those. So that's a pretty good number of people we've gotten our message in front of.
The one thing I love about Rainmaker is the people that you meet there.
Yeah, the relationships.
The party after the party, like, the talk in the conversations in the hallway, the conversations in the bathroom.
Well, now it's a conversation online.
Those are the kind of conversations that go for years down the road. Because some of the people that I met when I was in Rainmaker have been with me the last couple of months, have helped our business grow, have helped, been on the show, the Angel and Tina Morning Show, have spoken on the Connect Summit. All of these people, those conversations that were in the hallway or in the back of the room or in those bathrooms. So when you go to these events, those are those conversations that you're going to take with you.
Yeah, Rainmaker is probably the #1 coaching program that you could just jump into, with everything that's involved with it, with what Bill has put into it, and they continue to add value. And there's all these little hidden secrets of value, little nuggets of value that are kind of tucked in.
But what Tina said was so good, Angel. She said that one of the greatest things is the network. And we have found that, people have built businesses from Rainmaker, the top business north of $2 billion a year, that they came to Rainmaker just 8 years ago, and look what they built in that period of time in the real estate space. Look at how many more have hit the Inc. 500, and a lot of them didn't know each other before they came to the program. We've had people getting married from the program. So, it is definitely a social group. We've had hundreds go on cruises now. We've had people attend our digital events, our big summer parties, which the summer parties continue till Vegas now, December 13 to 15. But, here's the big thing you've got to think about, that flexibility is power. And you have to be flexible enough to move. And some of these companies are so big, they can't move. And they're gonna die on the vine unless they can instantly reconstruct their business model and turn some of these massive facilities into warehouses. I was in Best Buy yesterday, and I was looking to buy a small TV, and sure enough, most of the shelves are not full. And they said it's easier for us now that when you walk in, unless you need help, no one's going to help you. No one's going to come up to you, right? So you have to ask them in person for help. That's it. So they've really streamlined their process that whatever you need, they can have to you in 48 hours, but it may not be there in the store. And they're doing liquidation pricing. It seems like I've seen 55-inch flat screen TVs from Samsung for like $399. I mean, it was like half the normal price just to move the stuff out of inventory. They're selling their floor models for like their cushion chairs to watch the TVs. So that tells you that things are changing dramatically in terms of the buyer cycle and the sales cycle. And that's why Amazon keeps growing. Jeff Bezos was up $13 billion in personal wealth the other day. Well, I hate to tell you, but it's going to continue because there really is no formidable adversary to Amazon today. Maybe Alibaba, maybe some things that are coming, but at the end of the day, their efficiency model is just too good. It's not worth it to get off the couch and drive to the store when for free they'll deliver all your stuff in 24 to 48 hours. And they've got this thing down to a science right now. So as a small business, what we have to do, and we got to think about is how do we create even more value? And you've got to enhance your value proposition so good and put unique things inside your offerings they can't get somewhere else. When we looked at offering bundled services, we figured out if we could put together these bundles at a price of 1/10 what you'd pay in the market for some of this stuff, you've got to be crazy to go somewhere else and buy it when we've built these amazing relationships to get those pricing. So in your business, begin to think, what can you do to create a model that you become, once again, that go-to person for your unique service by not trying to raise prices at this time, but more about adding more value and make it easy for them to buy something from you online. Make your online buying experience click, 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 done. So just think that one through as you're listening today, because that'll give you a really good look at what the next 3 years are going to look like in your business cycle.
And then not pivoting your business and learning from these big companies, you are going to fail. So you need to learn how to pivot and do things online and build that value and build those relationships.
And even more than pivot, it's more innovation. It's not just pivoting, because you just can't change and say, well, I'm going to go do this. It's more about how do you elevate your game. This is the time you've been home for 3 or 4 months. You haven't been able to travel a lot. I hope you're elevating, so build a war room at your house. Build a room that has whiteboards around you. Get into more think tanks. Take an hour a day and plug into good learning about different topics that can help you expand in your niche, whether it's your mindset. I think right now there's more a need for leadership coaches now than ever. I think, if you watch some of the shows where you've got people that have coaches, it's becoming more acceptable to have a strategist on your team. Maybe not even a coach. Stop offering coaching sessions, offer a strategy session. Because people need strategy now more than they need, hey, you look good, you feel good. No, wait a second. Let's stop the car and let's figure out how do we really elevate the whole game. This car needs new tires. This AM radio is not cutting anymore. So whatever your business model has been in the past, it's more about the innovation and bringing that story to market than, just try to pivot. I'm going to go pivot over here. I'm okay with pivot, but I really like innovate. Innovate is going to get you to the next level. Innovation tied with execution is going to make you unstoppable.
This is why Bill has been nominated for our Innovator Award for our A&T.
Let's go.
Because he is the innovator. I want to take just a quick little moment and recognize our sponsors of the Angel and Tina Morning Show. These are the folks that not only do our fabulous guests make the show possible, but our sponsors who bring the show to the market. Of course, Bliss by the Lake Boutique is our clothing sponsor. Follow them on social media where she does trunk shows and fashion shows every week, and she ships everywhere.
A lot of our clothes come from her, and she is right here in Lake Norman, North Carolina.
The Zandra TV Network is our award-winning producer. It's where small business entrepreneurs can tell their story on local, national, and global television. You can schedule your discovery call to take your podcasting and your content to global streaming networks. You can visit her at beonztv.com. That's beonztv.com. And you can start your affordable global marketing experience today. And then if you feel like you are too busy to get it all done, if Make Money Mondays isn't happening for you, if you have more items on your to-do list than you can ever get to, then hire a virtual assistant with Sonic VA. You can focus on what you do best and hire for all the rest.
Sounds like a Rainmaker, Sonic VA. I've heard of that company.
Right. And they do the VA services through Power Team as well.
They're
of course,
awesome. Just
Daniel
awesome.
Meyer, a Power Team founder. sonicva.com. And when you mention the Angel and Tina Morning Show, you get 10% discount on your first 40 hours of VA service. So those are
is also nominated for a A&T award. And August 14th is our 100th episode. 100! We made it!
Yippee!
So on August 14th, we are going to bring back all of our nominees for the A&T Awards. We will announce the winners. So make sure you guys mark your calendars for August 14th at 11 a.m. And if you have been a guest on the Angel and Tina Morning Show, you can be nominated, or you can nominate another guest. You create the category. So like today, Bill was nominated for the Best Innovator Award.
All right.
Somebody with the Best Hair Award. So create your own category and be creative and send that in to me. Let me know who you want to nominate, and we will bring all the nominees back on August 14th for our 100th episode.
So Cheryl, final thoughts on building those client relationships and selling high ticket items or high value relationships before we have to close up today.
Well, one of the things that I wanted to mention, and I think this is really important in where we are in the world today, we have so many kids that are being homeschooled. We have so many questions in different states about, is school going to start? Or is it going to be online? What's going to happen with the children? And one of the things that I think is so fantastic that we've done, Bill has done it at Power Team, he and Austin created, is that any children under 21, up to certain, I mean, you don't bring a 4-year-old in, but any kids under 21 can attend our Rainmaker program as part of the ticket. If they're paid for a ticket, they get to go for
If they do the family plan or above, Kids
Right.
get to come
They
for
get to
free.
go for free, and then they're learning about how to run a business, because today's world, you have to be an entrepreneur, I believe. And so children need to learn that, or at least teenagers, we'll put it at that age group, need to learn that. And that way, when they are prepared for college, they're better prepared to manage their money. In addition to that, don't discount kids, because we have platinum speaker camp people that have gone through, that have been 13 and 14 years old and are speaking on stages. Elijah Boone has got his own show with his mom, Tracy Boone. Daniel Bissonette has his The Vegan podcast. I mean, he's got videos going on all over the place, the genius mode. So I just think that the main point for me to say again is keep your relationship with your people that you're working with every day. Follow up is the key. Show them that they're important to you, and then they're going to be your best referral for you, because this is really the type of business that you want to have, is a referral based business where people are referring to you. The marketing funnels, again, we've got that going, but getting these referrals coming from people that already know you, that can tell people about you, that sells it for you. So if you put the work into that, you're going to get it back tenfold. Always, always, always. God never fails on that.
How do you want people to
speaking my
connect?
language.
How do you want people to connect with you, Cheryl?
It's Cheryl Brennar at ipowerteam.com. Cheryl.Brennar at ipowerteam.com.
And then Bill, how do you want people to get a hold of you, hon?
The best thing they can do is just get a free copy of my book. Just text the word obvious. Pretty simple. Text the word obvious at 26786. You'll get all kinds of gifts, all kinds of videos. You get a copy of my book, The Obvious. You'll get our newsletter free for the whole year. So that's the fastest way. Just text the word obvious to 26786. If you're listening, get the book, get the newsletter, get access to a lot of our free videos. Once again, add more value. It works.
And you're doing a Vision to Wealth tonight, right?
We are. We doing tonight, yes.
And how do we watch that?
They can find all of our events, all of our digital events. Go to one website now called Power Team Live. www.powerteamlive.com shows all of our digital broadcasts because we broadcast 5 days a week.
Yeah. Oh, I love that. See, this is a good thing. Even that's new. Every time you turn around, Bill's got something.
Oh, you got to be innovating.
And they do it with a pretty tight team, right? It's a pretty tight team. You'd think they had, thousands of people, but it's a really core team that you have. And everybody
realize it. I think, what's the girl's name? Kardashian. She sold half her company for $600 million. She only had 7 employees.
Wow.
So outsourcing is definitely the future, and teaming up with good partners that can make your life easier is a good way to go. Find people that want to work on the weekends. Find people that want to work at night. Find people that love the vision, the mission, the path. And before you know it, you're going to find some more success.
Absolutely. Well, Bill and Cheryl, it's been such a pleasure having both of you on our Make Money Mondays, right? I think we could start with you. Putting those habits into place are critical. Being consistent and always elevating, innovating and elevating. I love that. And I think this is one of those, when you think about the success that many of the Power Team and Rainmakers have had, is that they are constantly learning and growing and networking and collaborating, not just standing still. I love that you can either pout or you can get paid. So how many new customers can you serve today? That's the question from our innovator of the day, Bill Walsh. I'm Angel Tuccy. I am your media exposure specialist. I am a Power Team graduate, founding member of Power Team. Bill has been my business coach now for the last 2.5 years. And
you're killing it. You're a shining example of what's possible when your vision lines up with your goals, your daily action, your values line up with those goals, and you become unstoppable. You become what's called an intuitive performer. You literally operate from a place called being unconsciously competent. Combine that with quantum productivity. Look what's happened with your business. Same thing, that now you get to serve more clients, and you've done a lot of this working right from your digital studio. I love it.
It's funny, Bill, people want to see my studio. Tracy Boone, we did an episode here for her TV show, and she said, Angel, I want to do it in your studio, but it's just a small section in my home, but it works. And we've seen, big TV shows, big TV networks have shifted and turned their homes into their studios, and we've all done the same thing. There's so much access right now. There's so much opportunity. Out of adversity comes opportunity if you're looking for it. If you want it to show up, you get what you order. And I love that we've been able to start this morning show, the bright start to your day. Of course, when we started, we thought it would happen for like 2 or 3 weeks. Just during the shutdown, we thought it would be just a couple of weeks to stay connected to each other. And of course, we're getting ready to start our 100th episode because it is making an impact. It is a global economy. And we have shifted. If you are looking for more exposure, of course we all are, more people to say I've heard of you, you can get started with my complimentary media guide at makeyourbigimpact.com. Full year of media releases, headlines, networks to connect with, guaranteed media exposure, all at makeyourbigimpact.com. We have created some new Facebook groups. We've created managed services with our press release a month, our automated services. We are rising above and making things happen and coming out of this. It's not so much about what you're doing, but really who are we becoming that really has shown up the most. And so super proud to bring you the morning show every morning. Super grateful to have my business coach and Cheryl Brennar here with us today. Tina, talk about what's coming up.
Well, we have the A&T Awards coming up on August 14th. As you guys know, August 25th is our Connect Summit 7, and we have some amazing speakers: Steve Schultz, Vanessa Hunter, Taylor Thompson, just to name a few. I am Tina Torres, the client retention expert and gratitude specialist, and I help you learn how to build those relationships that matter. Those things that Bill and Cheryl were both talking about. Learn how to build that relationship, turn that relationship into a client, turn those clients into clients for lifetime, and turn those clients into raving fans and referral partners, and increasing your cash flow all at the same time. And you can get my free 7 ways to increase your cash flow if you text the word connection to 26786. It's the same number as Bill. So text the word connection at 26786, and you can get 7 ways to increase your cash flow. Thank you guys all for watching on the Money Making Monday. And we hope you guys have a great day. It is Angel and Tina on the Angel and Tina Morning Show, where we come to you live every weekday morning at 11 a.m. Eastern. Make sure you get those nominations in this week. Friday is the last day to nominate. Create that category. Make it fun. Make it innovative, right? We will see you guys tomorrow. Have a great day.
Thanks, you guys. You're awesome. Keep up the great work.